Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going on an incredible adventure back in time. Imagine you're part of a huge group of people who have just been on a long journey. You're finally standing at the edge of a brand new, amazing land that was promised to you. But before everyone goes in, your leader, Moses, decides to send a small group to check it out first. This is a super exciting story of the 12 spies and their journey into the land of Canaan. So, Moses chose one leader from each of the 12 tribes of Israel. That's 12 brave men in total. Their mission was top secret and super important. They had to go into this new land, Canaan, and find out everything they could. Was the soil good for growing yummy food? Were the people living there strong? Were their cities like big fortresses with tall walls? They had 40 days to explore and bring back a report. Think of them as ancient explorers on a major scouting mission. The 12 spies set off. They traveled all the way through the southern part of Canaan and even reached a city called Hebron. As they explored, they saw that the land was absolutely incredible. It was just as promised, a land flowing with milk and honey. That's a special way of saying it was super rich and fertile, with everything you need to live a happy life. The fields were green, the flowers were blooming, and the trees were full of fruit. To prove how amazing the land was, the spies decided to bring back some samples. And this is where the story gets really wild. They found a place called the Valley of Eshcol, which means cluster. There, they saw grapevines with the biggest grapes anyone had ever seen. The cluster of grapes was so gigantic that it took two strong men to carry it on a pole between them. Can you even imagine grapes that big? It was a real-life sign of just how wonderful and abundant this new home would be. They also brought back pomegranates and figs, showing off the land's amazing bounty. After 40 days of exploring, the 12 spies returned to the camp of the Israelites. Everyone gathered round, so excited to hear the news. The spies started their report. They showed everyone the giant cluster of grapes and said, "Yes, it's true. The land is amazing, flowing with milk and honey, and here's the proof." You can imagine the cheers and excitement from the crowd. Their new home was real, and it was better than they had ever dreamed. But then, the mood started to change. 10 of the spies continued to speak, and their voices were filled with fear. They said, "But the people who live there are super powerful, and their cities are huge and protected by massive walls. We even saw giants there. The descendants of Anak lived there. They made the inhabitants of Canaan sound like unbeatable monsters." They went on, saying, "Compared to them, we felt as small as grasshoppers. And that's what we looked like to them, too." Suddenly, all the excitement turned into panic. The people started to cry and complain. The fearful report from those 10 spies spread like wildfire. They forgot all about the giant grapes and the promise of a beautiful new home. All they could think about were the giants and the strong cities. They started to doubt everything. They even got angry with Moses and his brother Aaron, saying it would have been better to stay in Egypt. They had lost all their courage. But wait, not all the spies were afraid. 2 of them, Joshua and a brave man named Caleb, stepped forward. They had seen the same land, the same cities, and the same people as the other 10. But they saw things very differently. Caleb quieted the crowd and said with a loud, confident voice, "We should go up and take possession of the land, for we can certainly do it." He wasn't scared of the giants or the big cities. Joshua and Caleb tried to remind the people of the good things. They said, "The land we passed through and explored is exceedingly good. If the Lord is pleased with us, He will lead us into that land, a land flowing with milk and honey, and will give it to us. Do not be afraid of the people of the land, because we will devour them. Their protection is gone, but the Lord is with us. Do not be afraid of them." So, here we have it. A tale of 2 reports. 10 spies saw problems and giants. 2 spies saw promises and possibilities. The 10 spies focused on their own smallness and spread fear. Joshua and Caleb focused on God's greatness and spread faith. Their report wasn't about ignoring the challenges. It was about believing they could overcome them with help. They saw the giant grapes as a sign of blessing, while the others saw the giant people as a sign of doom. This story is all about faith versus fear. Fear makes us see obstacles as bigger than they really are. It can make us feel small and helpless, just like the Israelites who felt like grasshoppers. Fear can paralyze us and make us want to give up before we even try. It distorts how we see things and can lead to really bad decisions, like wanting to go back to a place you were trying to escape from. Faith, on the other hand, is like a superpower. It gives us courage. It helps us see the potential for good things, even when the situation looks tough. Faith reminds us that we are stronger than we think and that we're not alone in our challenges. Joshua and Caleb had faith. They believed in the promise they were given, and that belief gave them the courage to face anything, even giants. Their faith was meant to inspire everyone else to be brave too. Sadly, the people chose to listen to the 10 fearful spies. Their panic and rebellion had big consequences because they didn't trust that they could enter the promised land. They were made to wander in the wilderness for 40 years. 1 year for each day the spies had explored the land. An entire generation missed out on the amazing home that was right there waiting for them, all because they let fear win. So, what can we learn from this incredible story? First, we can learn to be like Caleb and Joshua. When we face something new or scary, we can choose to have faith and focus on the good possibilities instead of just the scary parts. We can remember that challenges are a part of life, but they don't have to stop us. Second, the story teaches us about the power of our words. The 10 spies used their words to spread fear and doubt, which caused a huge problem for everyone. Joshua and Caleb used their words to build courage and hope. We should always try to use our words to encourage others and build them up, not tear them down with negativity. And finally, it's a lesson about leadership. The 10 spies failed as leaders because they let their own fear influence everyone else. True leaders, like Joshua and Caleb, inspire confidence and help people believe in themselves and their goals. They lead with faith, not fear. This story shows that choosing faith can lead to amazing outcomes, while choosing fear can lead to wandering and missing out on incredible opportunities. The Valley of Eshcol and its giant grapes remain a powerful symbol of abundance and promise, a reminder of what's possible when we trust and move forward with courage. So, next time you're feeling like a grasshopper facing a giant, remember the story of the 12 spies. Remember Caleb and Joshua. Choose faith over fear. Look for the giant grapes instead of the scary giants, and you'll be ready to conquer any promised land in your own life. Thanks so much for watching with me today. I hope you enjoyed this story. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures. See you next time, and God bless.